Because they last forever.
I said we
You got like fiberglass or something.
I said we gotta frame one of them.
Yeah. They used to be real stiff. Now
You
they're
put
like
it out in the art hall.
Yeah, now.
like a canvas bag.
I know.
It's all mine. Okay, why don't I ask the following to present themselves up here for the swearing in? Krista Frame, Leanne Gilbert, Jeff Schuster, and Nikki Brown. For those who I just met tonight, yes, congratulations on your efforts to be here. Everybody else is a familiar face. And so may I ask you to please raise your right hand to affirm this oath of office. I, please state your name. Leanne Gilbert. If you'll repeat, I, and then state your name. I, Leanne Gilbert. Do solemnly swear. That I will support, obey, and defend.
That I will support, obey, and defend
The Constitution of the United States of America.
the Constitution of the United States of America
And the Constitution of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania.
and the Constitution of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania.
And that I will discharge the duties of my office
And I will discharge the duties of my office
for the Borough of Emmaus, Pennsylvania,
for the Borough of Emmaus, Pennsylvania,
with fidelity.
with fidelity.
Congratulations.
Hey, they're almost all the same height.
Your oath of office for your signature at your seats, and you may retire there. And I also have an affidavit that you'll need to sign for your affidavit of residency, just to affirm that you are indeed residents of the borough of Emmaus. Here.
We're supposed to be doing it all.
You have a little thing at the end.
Thank you.
Okay?
Good. It's official. Congratulations.
And I will notarize these as soon as you.
Get a picture? You're on. Bring your pens.
You're a big boy now.
No,
I get to retire my
it's
business.
not fancy.
Do you have a name? We'll say first.
Yeah, don't worry about it. No, we're all
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Hey, hold safe for a second.
I'll give you a copy of the whole thing.
Hey, I answered my question. I was wondering if they could still come without Brian. They're still here. He's filling in for your son. You watch him. That I believe.
We all signed that one.
Oh, you are. You're right. It wasn't. I guess you know your family. Oh, they are gone. They're going out to dinner to celebrate your. There are some months with 5 Mondays that you do get a break once in a while.
We taught you to play outside.
Market got hammered today. It was down 4. 400 points to start.
Yeah.
Finished like
Signed,
down to 54
sealed,
or something.
delivered.
Thank you, Yara.
You're welcome. Have a wonderful evening. everyone.
You too. Stay warm.
You too, Donna, take
Thank
care.
you. Good to see you all.
Yes.
Thank you.
Ready? Okay. Okay, I'm gonna call this meeting to order at, let's see here, 7:08. And I'm gonna stay sitting here, because this seat's worn out, okay? I don't wanna wear that one out. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna ask for nomination for council president.
I think we need to do the
I was
pledge
just saying, we
first.
do pledge?
Okay, well, that's not on here, and it's over here, so I know we normally do that, but here it goes right into this, so I will do that, no problem. Okay, please stand, pledge allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, proceed, please.
Sorry about that, Mayor.
No, that's okay. Okay, now, gonna ask for nomination for council president. Yes, Councilman Andrews,
Brett Labenberg?
okay. Let's see. Okay, any further nominations for council president?
You don't need a second.
None? Okay, motion to close the nomination for president? Okay, Nate, Brown? Second, Wes Barrett? Okay,
I think you need a vote on that, all in favor.
oh, all in favor?
Correct.
Okay, 7 ayes. Okay, now we're gonna do nomination for vice president. Have a nomination for vice president?
No, hold on just one second. We actually need to vote for the president himself.
You have to vote?
Even though there's only one person, you still have to vote for the president position.
We just did, didn't we?
No, you
No, we
vote to
just voted,
nominate.
no, we voted to close the
We voted on
nomination.
the motion to close
We
the
do have to
nomination.
vote for the president.
Just never goes smooth.
Okay, so what? Then I go right around with all the, okay. Councilman Labenberg,
Yes.
Councilman Dufresne.
It's not a roll call
It's
vote.
not,
It's not a roll call vote.
What?
it's not a roll call vote.
Solicitor, can you
All
jump in and
favor, you
give
raise
us
your
the-
hand, that's all.
Procedural. Can you give us the procedural, just so that we're doing it correctly?
I don't think it needs to be a roll call vote. I think just
Okay.
raise your hands would be fine.
Okay,
Acclamation.
but,
All in favor for Labenberg is what you would say.
okay. And then go through the whole bunch,
Nope.
That's
They'll
it.
raise their hand.
okay?
Just say all those in favor.
All those in favor? Okay. This is the first time in all the years I've done this, I mean, I've done it every so many years, but this is different.
It's easy to get rusty.
Okay, then we go for motion for vice president.
I elect Madam Gilbert.
Okay, Madam Gilbert?
I respectfully decline.
Okay. Yes,
Make a motion to elect Wes Barrett.
okay, there's a motion for Wes Barrett.
Second.
You second it? Okay. Okay, motion to close the nomination. I'll go with Andrews. See, that's fun, you can pick who you want here.
You need a second.
Hey, I know, I'll get a second. Okay, new member, Christopher Ian. Okay. Okay,
All in favor of that.
all in favor? Okay, 7 ayes. Okay,
And now we're gonna actually vote on the person.
what's that?
So they just voted to close the nomination. Now you're gonna vote to affirm who it's gonna be.
Just say all those in favor.
Okay, all those in favor?
It's gonna be my line tonight. Mr. Mayor,
Yeah, yes.
I have a reorganization meeting tips from 2004 that I kept in my folder. We are supposed to also nominate a pro temp chairman in case the president and vice president are not here. This person would fill in. So can we have nominations for a pro temp chairman?
Is that Robert's rules?
Yeah, I don't
This
remember
is
ever doing
printed
that.
from our own borough, 2005.
We
I-
never
I-
done that, though.
I know.
Yeah.
I think under Robert's rules, Brent, you can do it at the time by acclamation, or you can go to the most senior council person present. I mean, there are a number of options if for some reason people weren't here.
All right, I'm just going by what I have in my folder here.
Right.
Yeah, the borough code says you have the right to do it, but you don't have to do it. So it just depends on the municipality.
We've only had it happen one time, and we put you in the position for seniority, if I remember correctly.
Correct.
Right, yeah.
I'm fine with that. I just thought we would know who filled in if both of us weren't here, that's all. That's fine.
Now they take their seats. Come on, Mr. President.
Hey, take your
Congratulations.
off my desk.
And your name tag. And your name.
Yeah, let's do it with you.
Wait, does that mean you get the special blue chair now?
No, that's okay.
The only reason I do that is because this seat doesn't sit, it goes back all the time. It's the only
Maybe I
reason.
won't change that.
There you go. Put his- Cheers.
It's a lot higher. That's uncomfortable. It's high.
First, I would like to thank Leanne for her service for 4 years. I don't know of any council president has, 6 years, sorry. I don't know of any council president that has devoted so much time to this borough, and it is greatly appreciated.
You're
Thank you.
welcome. Thank you.
Can I just make a comment also?
Councilman Barrett?
You said you don't know, I think it's actually unprecedented, quite frankly, the amount of time that you did commit to that role. I think, I mean, so I've seen two other council presidents, they both did a very good job. You went over and above in that, and your level of attention to all those things, I think, made a major difference. You also guided us through what I think was one of the more challenging times here in Borough Council chambers. And we moved through those things and kept moving, so I appreciate all that you did too.
Thank you.
May I say something?
Mr. Mayor?
Oh, I'm gonna top that. I'm gonna say, as far as working with the president and well-prepared and everything, and doing so much also for my sake, which was really important also, I would say she's the best, okay, that's all I'm gonna say.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Any other comments for Leanne? No?
Can't top that.
Can't top that. Yeah, okay. All right, moving on to personal appeals. If anyone has a personal appeal, please sign in. You have 5 minutes for an appeal. No appeals? Community minute. Anybody have a community minute? Moving on to special presentations, we have none. Reading of the minutes. Is there a motion to dispense with the reading of the minutes? Councilman Brown, second by Councilman Anders. Discussion? All those in favor? 7-0. Is there a motion to accept the December 21st, 2015 minutes? Councilman Schubsta, second by Councilman Brown. Discussion or corrections? Hearing none, a motion to approve the 2015 December 21st, minutes. Councilman Brown, seconded by Councilman Anders.
No, you
Oh,
already have.
I did that already.
Yeah,
Oh,
John.
all those in favor? There's 5. Those opposed? Those abstaining? Councilman Barrett and Councilman Dufresne are abstaining. And please fill out your little notation there and hand it in. Decision on bids, there are none. Communications. I believe we have one in our folder. I'm going to read it since we only have one, and it's a nice letter. Dear Shane, John, and Paula, I write on behalf of the Barn Faith community to say thank you for helping with our community gardens this year. Our goal was to bring community resources together for the well-being of our community. As a result of so many volunteers and the generosity of so many, we were able to plant 4 gardens this year. They produced 3,000 pounds of food for Daybreak and the Soup Kitchen. This is only possible thanks to the efforts of many businesses, organizations, volunteers throughout our community. We thank you in particular for the compost and mulch. It is our hope and prayer that no one in our community should go to bed with an empty belly due to lack of food. Thank you for helping to make our hope a reality. And it's signed Reverend Dr. Sue Pizer Yoder, pastor of the barn. Can we make sure that our Public Works people that were responsible for this get a copy? Thank you. Borough Engineers Report.
I have one more.
Oh, we have, I'm sorry, we have some letters on our desk from the 7th Generation School again. I believe this pertaining to water conservation and watershed. I didn't have time to read through them because they were on our desk tonight. Is this something that you will send a general letter to, or is this something that should go to committee? Are there, I guess I need to read them
We'll
first.
probably put them to committees.
Okay.
I know they're talking about trash cans and water conservation, so,
Public Works?
or health and sanitation, either or gen ed, doesn't matter.
I'll send it to Public Works.
All right.
All right. Borough Engineers Report, there is none. Solicitors Report,
I have nothing for you tonight, sir.
Unfinished Business Part 1, we have nothing. New Business, we have nothing. Unfinished Business Part 2, we have nothing. Items not on the agenda, subject to Rule 9, which used to be Rule 6. I still remember that. All right, hearing none, we'll move on to Mayor's Report.
Well,
Mr.
I'm
Mayor.
Too early, I have nothing.
Committee reports. We have no formed committees. At this time, I have committee assignments. I am going to be dissolving the Health, Sanitation, and Codes Committee and rolling those into, the Board of Health will get rolled into the GA. The Sanitation will get rolled into the Public Works, and the Codes into the Building, a new committee called the Building Committee, which will be responsible for meeting with the architect or John Dyshaller, our Public Works Director, or anyone else with respect to moving into our new Borough Hall facility and eventually fire, ambulance, and police. The Public Works / Highway, Water, Sewer, and Refuse Committee will be chaired by Councilman Brown and Councilman Anders, and Councilman Dufresne will be on that committee. The new Building Committee will be chaired by Councilman Schubsta, and Councilman Dufresne and Councilman Brown will be on that committee.
Mr. Ladenburg,
Right.
Yes,
I have a question. Before you go and dissolve committees, Mr. Solicitor, those are all covered by ordinance.
correct. We'll have to,
Well, I
Well-
would suggest we do that before you make assignments like this.
Yeah, I didn't realize that it was covered by an ordinance. If it's covered by an ordinance, we'll have to deal with it by ordinance. So that would be appropriate. You're right, Leanne.
okay. So,
So we're not going to dissolve that committee at this point in time.
He can go and make the assignments for those
there's
committees,
no,
but
no.
we
Yes,
can't.
yes, council president can proceed to make all the assignments.
And then
In
we'll have
terms,
to
I would probably not, well, you can certainly make assignments to the new committees. You don't need an ordinance to create the committee. You can make assignments to new committees. You may want to simply, we're noting that we are not dissolving at this point in time health, sanitation, and codes, but it sounds to me like their duties are being taken over by the new committees anyway, so I think we could probably go without committee assignments if you wanted to refrain from committee assignments at this point in time, unless the ordinance would require it. I haven't seen the ordinance.
I don't recall the exact wording, under committee structure.
You can create an ad hoc committee.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Councilman Barrett?
Yeah, I mean, I think that just going along with the way that our practices have been for many years is that these usually start at, and I'm not saying that you can't do it, but I think that this would be much better to go to something like a GA committee, talk about it. You can assign that, if you want to do assignments right now, assign that, and then we can visit it and talk about it as a council. My personal opinion, and this is why I'd rather have it at a committee, is that would make more sense to be an ad hoc committee, because it is only temporary. I mean, at some point, we won't need to have that.
Well, these committees were reorganized at some point, and I believe it was done by a president. I don't believe it was done by council.
I'm not denying that we can't make the change. I'm just saying, why don't we take it to a committee, which is where we do
Well,
almost everything.
The reason I'm doing this is because I was told that we need to advertise for the committee so we can actually start meeting.
Yeah, I think what
Yeah.
Mr. Barrett's saying is you can do the normal committee assignments. But as far as creating a building committee, maybe that's something that you send to Gen Ed or somewhere else to discuss that and
Well, I
think
felt,
about
I
how you're
felt
gonna
that
do
the
it.
Health, Sanitation, and Codes Committee is really not using our talents on this council, because the contract only comes up once every 3-4 years. And I just think it's a waste to have 3 council members when they can contribute elsewhere. And
I'm not disagreeing. I'm just simply saying, let's procedurally, I mean, now I understand that why you want to get it in, but.
well, I mean, I have my assignments with the new committee in there, so I'm gonna do my assignments, and we can address it at GA then. All right. Continuing, the building committee will be Councilman Schupps, the chairman. Councilman Dufresne will be on the committee along with Councilman Brown. Parks and Rec will be Councilman Anders chair, with Councilman Barrett and Labenberg on. Public Safety chaired by Councilman Leanne Gilbert, and Councilman Barrett and Brown also on there. I believe that's not a change. Along with Parks and Rec, there's no changes there from past year. General Administration Chairman will be Councilman Barrett, along with Councilman Labenberg and Gilbert. There's no change there from last year. Budget and Finance will be chaired by myself, with Councilman Schupps and Councilman Gilbert. And then Community Relations, Planning, and Development will be chaired by Councilman Dufresne, and also Councilman Schupps and Anders will be on the Community Relations Committee. If you could please get in or talk amongst yourselves after the meeting and arrange for a meeting time, if not tonight, maybe in the next day or two, so it can be advertised. What is the deadline that we should get advertising in?
We'd like to have everything by Friday if we can.
Okay, so by Friday, if you could get your meeting times in, talk to your other committee members. Councilman Anders.
What would be the first start dates then, in February?
Oh, yeah, what would be the earliest with the advertising?
Well, that's up to you. I mean, we're gonna advertise the following Wednesday, so we would advertise next Wednesday, and you can meet as early as Thursday,
So anytime after next Wednesday.
but it depends on how you wanna set your regular meetings up.
Correct.
Councilman Schupps.
What about this new committee?
I would,
Can't advertise.
I would not be advertising
Right.
for that at this point.
Okay. Fine.
All right, well,
How
nothing's
do you
gonna
wanna
happen
handle health
tonight.
and sanitation right now?
We You gotta
Do
do
you want to
somebody's
do a
gotta
committee
report
assignment for that for
somebody.
now?
Well, it would be that whoever's in the building committee would be health and sanitation until we convert it, I guess. Does it go that route? All right, so the building committee will now be the health and sanitation until we convert it. And it will still be Ship's the chairman and Dufresne and Brown on there. Okay? And we'll discuss this in GA then. Any questions? All right, moving on with the agenda. There's no actions to take under the Public Works. There are 3 items under Health, Sanitation, and Codes. I believe they're all reappointments.
Yes, they are. We had these, 2 months ago? So, I'll do them individually then. First up, I'd like to reappoint Jeffrey Hoffman to the Board of Health, term expiring 1/1/2021, and I'll put that in the form of a motion.
Seconded by Councilman Anders. Discussion? I have a question. Is this the same Jeff Hoffman that,
Ambulance chief.
okay,
Yep, yeah, he's on the Board of Health meetings. Yep.
all right. All those in favor? 7 ayes?
The second reappointment would be for Susan Schmidt to the Zoning Hearing Board, term expiring 1/1/2019, and I'll place that in the form of a motion.
Is there a second? Councilman Gilbert? Discussion? All those in favor? 7 ayes?
And the third reappointment will be for Ron Gilbert as an alternate to the Zoning Hearing Board, term expiring 1/1/2019, and I'll place that into the form of a motion.
Is there a second? Councilman Brown? Discussion? All those in favor? 7 ayes.
And with that, I will report no progress, just completed.
Thank you for doing that. Parks and Recreation, I see no action to be taken. Public Safety, I see no action to be taken. General Administration Committee, they are 6 items to address. And they're under your General Administration tab in your notebook.
Yep. So for this one, do you want me to read all of the names together or individually?
I believe we need to do that, correct?
I think you can read them all together if you'd like, and then you can discuss them. If there's a motion to amend it, you can amend it.
We'll read it in one full.
Okay. Resolution 2016-1, be it hereby resolved by Emmaus Borough Council to appoint the following officials to their designated positions for a term expiring January 3rd, 2017. Ambulance Corps Chief Jeffrey Hoffman, Animal Control Officer Richard Hans, Borough Manager / Secretary Shane Pepe, Borough Solicitor Dimmick and Dinkelacker, Director of Finance / Treasurer Christine Snyder, Certified Public Accountant France Anderson and Basil, Civil Service Commission Solicitor Davison McCarthy, Code Enforcement Officer / Public Works Inspector James Farnsworth, Earned Income and Local Service Tax Office H.A. Burkheimer, Emergency Management Coordinator James Crippy, Engineer General Walter and Sewer, Hanover Engineering, Fire Chief Director of Emergency Services David Nelson, Fire Inspector Daniel Sell, Health Officer Gary Ritter, Pension Consultant for Police and Non-Uniform, Mockenhaupt, did I say it correctly? Mockenhaupt Benefits Group, Per Capita Tax Office H.A. Burkheimer, Police Chief David Faust, Public Works Director John DeShala, Sewage Enforcement Officer Jacob Schrey, Jeff Huff, Christopher Taylor, Special Labor Counsel Ballard Spar, Weed and Snow Enforcement Officer Paula Wien. Zoning Hearing Board Solicitor Ronald Corkery. And I'll place all of that in the form of a motion.
So moved. Is there a second? Councilman Gilbert, discussion. All those in favor? Those opposed? Those abstaining? It's a 6-0-1 vote. So that's your second sheet to fill out tonight.
It is.
All right. Do you want to handle the
Yeah,
other?
I'll just go through
Okay.
all this, sorry. Next item is to reappoint Carl Weeder to the General Authority with a term expiring 1/1/2021. I'll place that in the form of a motion.
Is there a second? Councilman Schubsta, discussion. All those in favor? 7-0 in favor.
Next is a reappointment of Ziad Munson to the Library Board with a term expiring 1/1/2019. And I'll place that in the form of a motion.
Is there a second? Councilman Gilbert, discussion. All those in favor? 7-0.
Next is a reappointment of David Cole to the Library Board with a term expiring 1/1/2019. And I'll place that in the form of a motion.
Is there a second? Councilman Dufresne, discussion. All those in favor? 7-0.
Next is to reappoint John Stover to the Vacancy Board with the term expiring 1/1/2017.
Is that a motion?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yes, I'll place that in the form of a motion, sorry.
Is there a second? Councilman Anders, discussion? All those in favor? 7-0.
And the next is our
Safety Committee.
Safety Committee.
That's that last page you just did, right there.
I do have it.
Right there.
There we go, okay. The 2016 Employee Safety Committee. Do you want me to do it all as a group or individual?
All as a group.
All as a group. But they do have different
We have different.
expirations.
Just read it.
Okay. Safety Committee, Administration, Shane Pepe, term expiring 1/1/17. Code Enforcement Officer, Jim Farnsworth, term expiring 1/1/17. Police, Craig Blows, term expiring 1/1/17. Ambulance, Tom Gauntner, term expiring 1/1/18. Public Works, Marvin Jennings, term expiring 1/1/18. Clerical, Cindy Pandel, term expiring 1/1/18. David Nelson, Fire, David Nelson, term expiring 1/1/17. And I'll place all of that in the form of a motion.
Is there a second? Councilman Gilbert, discussion? All those in favor? 7 ayes. And I believe that concludes for General Administration. And under Budget and Finance, we have the Resolution 2016-2. Resolved by Borough Council to authorize payment of the January 4, 2016 bill list as follows. Bill list, $71,150.58. Payroll number 26, $123,022.32. Payroll taxes, $41,869.26. Total of $236,042.16. Done this 4th of January 2016. And I place that, or may I have I can't place that in a motion, so. Would somebody like to place that in the form of a motion? Councilman Anders, second. Councilman Schubsta, discussion. All those in favor? 7 ayes. I see nothing under community relations to be acted on, which leads us to personal appeals part 2. Are there any personal appeals? Hearing none, Borough Manager's report.
In your binders, you'll see the significant revenue and expense items for December 2015. If you have any questions about those. I also sent you an email late this afternoon giving the final tally on our budget numbers. Our numbers all came in extremely well. Very, very happy with the final performance. So, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. Otherwise, I'll report progress.
There's nothing under President's business. Motion to adjourn. Councilman Barrett, second. Councilman Anders, all those in favor? 7 ayes. Meeting adjourned at 7:35.